Hi everyone. I just wanted to post a very quick video on Juno's ingress into Libra tomorrow. Juno will stay in Libra for the next 3 months. So I thought I'd share how we can perhaps make that energy work for us. But before I start, I just want to speak about something that's incredibly relevant, not just here in the UK, but in many areas in the world. So we've had all these right-wing riots and huge amounts of violence and unrest in major cities in the UK. It's very, very unpleasant to watch. But last night, we had a turn of events. There was expected to be huge amounts of violence, planned right-wing protesters coming onto the streets. Instead, we got an influx of people protesting for peace. It was quite beautiful, and none of the expected violence occurred. So that was wonderful. But I just thought it might be interesting to share that Juno is in fact in an exact opposition with Neptune today. So I'm sure Benefic Juno has brought some Neptunian peace and collective sensibility to the situation. So never underestimate Juno's influence. So I've just got a couple of slides that I want to share today. So I'm going to do that very, very quickly. One day I might learn how to avoid this little bit of sharey process, but until then, just bear with me for a second while I get the slides up. There we go. Okay. So firstly, I have a really important announcement to make, one that's exciting, but personally very important to me. I finally started my Juno book, which I've been planning for a very long time. It's going to take a few weeks to complete, of course, and then the whole editing and publishing process will have to be managed after that. But in the grand scheme of things, it won't be too long before it's out there. And yes, you'd be very correct in guessing that Juno's all over my natal chart at the minute, all sorts of transits, etc. And there's lots being triggered to do with Juno, my chart. And for any Juno fans out there or anyone that's followed my Juno work, yep, I'm building to a beautiful Juno return at the end of August. So I'm using it. And I have no doubt that Juno's going to support me in this work and weave lots of magic into it. But back to Juno's actual ingress into Libra. Like I say, that's from tomorrow through to the 3rd of November. As you may know, Juno has many epithets or roles, and when in Libra, she takes on the role of Juno Regina, which is associated with her being the wife of Jupiter, queen consort, mediator, diplomat, and political player. Don't underestimate Juno. But here in Libra, Juno has the gift of air, that of communication and rational, objective thinking. So this period is going to be a wonderful time for any negotiations, whether they're in romantic, business, or financial partnerships. Perfect time for examining where there might be imbalance in any area of your life. Are you sacrificing too much for work versus your personal or family life, for example? Are you giving away too much at the expense of what you actually need and want in relationships versus the partner? So look to any areas of your life where there might be an imbalance of power. Look at the current status quo in your life. Are you happy with it or not? Now's the time to negotiate the new status quo. And for any of you with natal Juno in Libra, enjoy your Juno return that's going to happen at some point between now and the beginning of November. Enjoy the gifts it will bring. Enjoy the energy it will bring. But get proactive around anything you want to change in your life. Fight for your rights. Make sure the balance of power is right in all areas of your life. And Juno returns are always incredible time to start new projects. So I've just pulled out some of the key aspects that Juno's going to make during its journey through Libra. And some of these are quite potent, and these are dates that you will certainly want to mark in your diary. So on the 11th of October, 11th of August, so just a day or two, Juno will be forming a trine with Pluto at 0 Libra and 0 Aquarius, of course. So great opportunity to purge out any imbalance in your life, empower yourself, clean out all the dusty skeletons in your closet, transform your financial situations. Then we move to the 31st of August. Juno will square Ceres at 7 Libra, and Ceres will be at 7 Capricorn. Relationships with children could well be challenged at that point. You know, for any of you who are co-parenting, perhaps you have custody arrangements, that could be a very big theme. So this is, you know, time to sort of actively change any agreement so that all the parties involved can grow. It's about fighting for your rights, but at the same time, keeping everything civilized wherever possible. Juno and Ceres prefer to keep things civilized, but if challenged too much, they will become quite powerful and quite dominant. But, you know, civilized negotiations are what they're always aiming for. Then we move into September. 1st of September, Juno will oppose the North Node again at 7 Libra and, you know, 7 Aries. Everything I've just mentioned there now feeds into the collective zeitgeist. So any area where you feel, or we feel, our societal rights are being snatched away from us are very much going to be in the news. I think we can feel all of that building anyway, can't we? Then we move to the 6th of September. Juno will conjunct Venus and also dwarf planet Makemake all around 7 Libra. And of course, it's still picking up that sort of vicinity of the North Node, although that will have moved on a little bit. This is a hint of what might come with the solar eclipse in early October. I'll talk about the solar eclipse next. And the themes are going to keep building towards the solar eclipse. So this is going to be a time of shocks and surprises politically, financially, and especially around female figures. Juno and Venus are very much about the feminine principle. So this could be anything from surprise relationship breakups to surprise collaborations, personally, politically, you know, collectively. So please be open to anything new and different, you know, for example, innovative deals that might never have occurred to you before. But Juno, you know, always opens our eyes to reality as well. So it may be that you have a big wake-up call about any relationships that aren't working. So we move to the 2nd of October, that annular solar eclipse. Juno's 8 degrees away from that eclipse, which occurs at 10 Libra. However, the eclipse is exactly conjunct Makemake, the planet of shocks and surprises. Makemake is like a much higher octave even of Uranus. So this solar eclipse is going to be exciting, probably in good ways and probably in not so good ways, you know, light and shadow. So but Juno here, I think, will bring some grace and opportunity to navigate anything unexpected in a diplomatic way, I think. Juno acts as a benefit. So Juno will, you know, help soothe the way, I think. But around the time of this eclipse, don't be surprised at any political and financial shocks on a global level. Collective questions around balance in society. And again, we're already seeing this with the riots in the UK, Bangladesh, etc., etc. And with Makemake there in Libra in air, I wouldn't be surprised to see some extreme weather events possible too. Then we move to the 8th of October, and Mercury forms a conjunction with Juno at 20 Libra. This is a beautiful time for signing contracts, for negotiations, just for talking about balance in any form of relationship, Juno is there to help. Juno acts as a benefic. Then we get to the 17th of October, and we have a full moon at 24 Libra, which Juno is exactly conjunct. Okay, so this is the first full moon after that solar eclipse. So all of the events, anything that occurs around the time of that solar eclipse, we're going to see come to fruition or come to a head during this full moon with Juno there. And of course, remember, Juno's there to help. Juno is a benefic. And, Juno, as I say, opens our eyes. It's always about the reality of a situation, but that's better than keeping things covered up or sort of living life wearing rose tinted glasses, which all of us at some point can quite easily do, can't we? We prefer to avoid facts at certain times in our life. So it may not always feel as though Juno's helping us, but she is in the long term, without a doubt. So thank you. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. It was incredibly brief. I just wanted to give you a little heads up there. But if you're interested in Juno, there's lots on my website. So please head over there, have a look, like the website, like any of the articles, and please always feel free to get in touch. And I'll provide more information around my Juno book as it progresses. Take care, everyone. Bye bye, and enjoy Juno season.